Hey guys, we're at the BB&T Bank in Macon, Georgia, off of Walnut Street, and gonna be up here at the FBI office trying to talk to them to do an open records request for civil rights complaints. I was in the area already, so I figured I'd swing by over here to figure out what's going on with that. But there is no clear indicator where you're supposed to go. This is the elevator. He's now Fort Worth. They said it was on the 7th floor. But I don't see which one of these places you're supposed to knock on. They all got these keypad things. So again, guys, this is just live for safety. This is the elevator, 7th floor. You get off of, and I guess this is the door. But it's got key code stuff, so. Hello, is this where you ring in order to talk to somebody for the FBI in the lobby?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, is the lobby through this door here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, oh, well, it unlocked. Oh, wow. Well, definitely gonna go off. Hello. Yeah, I need to,
Yes, sir.
I need to get a, open records request. Do an open records request.
Okay. I don't believe we process those here, but let me find out for you. Hang on just a second.
Okay. If you don't process them here, you're supposed to still take the request and forward it to whoever you need to forward it to.
Okay, hang on one
Okay,
second.
thank you. Before entering FBI space, please leave all cameras, PDAs, cell phones, with reception. So, FBI, forfeit your Fourth Amendment right to talk to an FBI agent. Interesting. Now, this is a restricted area. It's clearly posted. So, I guess they do have the right to do that. I'll have to look into that. But I wouldn't want to submit my fourth. Hey guys, anybody that's got a crisis going on in Georgia, there's a phone number for you guys to call. Do it like this so you can see. Alright, so now this is the wait game. I guess I'll sit down over here. Hey, Ladybird, back again. Yep, this time at the FBI building, following up on a report here. Question is, are they going to get online first to see if they can find out who's airing this and if they're going to give the service that they're required to underneath the FOIA request? Or are they going to try to get on here to identify who I am first and then deny me service? One can tell. Oh, my chats keep disappearing. This is a pretty uninviting lobby. Really, really sterile. Yes, that is. No, it's not President Bush. That's Trump. Yeah. Pretty cool logo on the back. And again, guys, the video that I'm doing here on live are specifically for basically backup video. It's not my primary video. It's just for my safety in case things are taken or seized. I still have a record or a log of what happened because I don't have anybody here with me. And so the video on these lives aren't the best. I'm at the FBI building off of Walnut Street in Macon, Georgia. That's in the BB&T building, 7th floor. Doing an open records request. We're trying to. I did have a lady come up wanting to give me a complaint form, but that's not what I was here for. It was for complaint. I was asking for open records. And she said she'll see, and she walked out, and I've been waiting since. Yeah, pretty boring. But for those who just came on, there seems to be a policy here that before entering the FBI space, you have to leave all your phones and stuff, anything that can take a photo or recording, you have to leave it with this receptionist. And here's the place where you'd stick it, but I'm not exactly sure how that fits. I see a flaw with this procedure. Just an example, guys. Sorry guys, it's gonna get bumpy for a second. phone backup battery. There it goes. Yeah, the waiting room at the dentist's office is a more inviting place, yeah. At least they usually have fish or a magazine to look at. The only magazine you have here is the history of the FBI. I mean, there's no flyers, there's nothing here of what services they offer or provide. Nothing. And you go through a metal detector thing when you first walked in the door. And again, guys, I'm here to file an open records request pertaining to civil rights complaints that has been submitted to this office. It looks like somebody's coming. I saw a door move.
Howdy, sir.
Hey, you the person I need to talk to?
Depends on what you need to talk about.
Open records
We're not
request.
talking about anything until you turn that recorder off.
Open records request.
Okay, well, we don't do those here, but you better turn that camera off or I'm going to talk to you.
Okay, I'm just
You're not
gonna.
supposed to have recording devices in FBI space. I'm not trying to be ugly.
Okay, this is a public lobby, is it correct? No, this is not the public lobby.
It's FBI space. It's secure space. Now, if you want to go out into the hallway and record, you're welcome to.
Okay, this is the lobby though for the FBI, is it not correct?
But it's a secured space, though.
What makes it secure?
We had to let you in.
Okay, but this is the public lobby for this.
I'm going to tell you, if you want to talk, you cut the recorders off and I'll talk to you all day.
Okay, I just need to do an open records request. That's a FOIA
Well,
request.
we don't do those here. Call our headquarters in Atlanta.
Okay, well, the FOIA request, no, sir, if you walk, that's denial of service, just letting you know. Wow. This is the window that you have to come up to talk to them. This is the lobby. And they're just going to hide behind the closed doors. There is no bell, nothing to ring here. So the FBI number here, it appears as 745-1271. Says you're now entering. If I go through that door, there was no signage on the other side of the door saying I was entering a secured space. So, denial of service for an open records request under the FOIA Act or FOIA law, they're supposed to take the open records request from me and forward that to anybody that they need to forward it to get me the information that I'm requesting. He's refusing me service because I have a camera to document, which under the Open Records Act and the FOIA Act, I'm allowed to document and record that information. And he's just going to deny me service, and there is no receptionist here. And I would have to hang up or get off the live feed in order to call to ask for service. So if anybody would be so kind to make a quick phone call for me, 478-745-1271, and ask if they can get somebody to assist me with my open records request, because they just left, shut the door, and walked away. Hello? Hello? All right, we're going to chuck this up to the denial of service. Actually, let's push this button here.
Yes, sir.
I need to speak to somebody, a supervisor or a manager or whatever y'all call yourselves, because whoever I was speaking to, first of all, didn't tell me who he was, and
Did you tell him who you were?
he didn't ask me that. He didn't ask me that. But anyway, I need to speak to somebody about an open records request. It's since this is federal government, it would be the FOIA request. Right, which is a federal law.
Right, because there's a form you can fill out online.
Yeah, but it also states that I can give it verbally, and that's what I'm here to do today.
Okay, well, I don't have a duty agent available.
Okay, well, you had somebody to come up that was willing to talk to me, so.
Yes, sir, but he's not the duty agent.
Okay, well, I need to speak to somebody, please. Okay, because this is considered denial of service, and that's a whole separate thing.
All right, hold on for me just a
Okay,
moment.
I'm not trying to be a pain in the butt. I'm just,
Yeah, you can't have those cameras on anyway.
Actually, you can. It's a First Amendment thing, and it's a lobby. And
No, it's
the
not.
FOIA, excuse me, ma'am, under the FOIA law, it specifically said that you're allowed to videotape, record, photograph any of that information. Okay, and the First Amendment protects the right with any encounter with any officer during their duties. Smith versus Cummings. So please, we can do this a whole different way, or you can just help me out. Let me provide the services that you're allowed or legally allowed to provide me, and that you're required by law to provide me, so I can just get this done with and get out of here. That's all I'm asking to do.
All right, hold on.
This is crazy. You didn't tell him who you were. He never asked. He's like, mm-hmm. What kind of attitude? See, these are the people that are supposed to be serving us, and these are the people that are supposed to be protecting our rights. The same people. See, guys. Real quick. Let me flip this over real quick, so you can see me. It's gonna flip over. Can't get it flipped. All right, guys. Check this out. This department right here, the FBI, this building right here is where they're supposed to handle civil rights complaints at. Right here, in this place, right here. And I've sent 2 civil rights complaints over here, violation with the Fort Valley and Marshallville, which I haven't received or heard anything back from, so I'm following up on that. I come here where they're supposed to handle the civil rights complaints here at this specific office here, and they're trying to violate my rights again. These people are. What a shame. Yeah, there is no signage right here, period, that this is a secured or restricted area. Yes, they have key code access here to let you into their public lobby. I called ahead this time to verify that was a public lobby, and they did say they did have a public lobby, that was the public lobby, and now they're saying that it's a secure restricted access because I've got cameras in it. So, and I have that recorded as well too. So this is a clear violation of the First Amendment rights here, guys. Hello? Well, so she just picked up the phone and hung it up. Let's see. So y'all can hear.
We're working on it, sir. Just hang on.
Can I come sit down because I am handicapped and
I can bring you a chair out there, but you're not bringing that recording device into our space.
Okay,
I'll bring you a chair out there.
Okay, but that's the public lobby, is it not?
No.
Okay.
You're in the public lobby in that hallway.
That's not the hallway is not a lobby. The hallway is a hallway.
Chair, we'll call it a lobby.
Okay, so you do that for everybody? Because I called ahead of time and I was told.
Acting like you're acting, yes, I would do that for anybody who was acting like you were acting. There's no reason for you to have recording devices.
Well, it's a First Amendment right and protected underneath the FOIA Act, ma'am. So
Well, I'm not familiar with all that legal jargon, but
well, you're denying service.
I'm not an agent. It says no recording device.
There is no signage here that says no recording. So
there is in the inner lobby.
Okay, in the lobby, which you just confirmed it was the lobby.
Not a public lobby, unless I let you in, and I'm not going to let you in with that recording.
Okay, you already let me into the lobby.
Yes.
It's already been recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you don't need to come back in. You've recorded the lobby. You don't need to come back in.
Okay.
But I'll be glad to bring you a chair.
Okay. Is there a... excuse me. Just because you get upset and hang up doesn't mean I was done with the conversation. Wow. Yeah, they're definitely recording. I've got 2 cameras over there, and there's one right there, and there's cameras all in there. It's a public lobby. Now they're denying me access to the lobby because I've got the cameras now. And they're refusing to answer. They're saying what they want to say and then hang up and won't allow me to ask any questions. I'm pretty sure this is denial of service. Hands down here. I hear elevators, guys, moving. This is stupid. Choose who comes in here into their lobby, who gets to talk, who gets to ask questions, and these are the people that are supposed to be investigating civil rights. Just want you guys to understand that. Well, hallways are lobbies, according to them. But I guess the law, by putting the comma and clarifying hallways, lobbies, and stuff, isn't good enough for them. This is insane. Again, I'm just trying to file an open records request, guys. Anyway, well, no, I'm definitely not sitting on a chair with buckles. While we're waiting, some reading literature. FBI's 10 Most Wanted. I wish there were some lawyers that were watching my video, because I'd sure love to have some of them reach out to me. And let's just have open discussion and debate off record. So, I wonder if they're prolonging this to You're an FBI agent guy?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. I'd like to find out why this department is in charge of civil rights complaints, but yet are currently violating my civil rights.
Well,
First of all.
they've asked you a couple of different times to not come in here and record.
No, I was already inside recording.
Okay,
and,
but the thing is, I'm not going to argue with you about it. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Well,
so I'm here to see what you need.
Okay. Well, I came to file an open records request under the FOIA Act, which by law,
Okay.
I'm allowed to do so verbally or in writing.
Okay.
I came to do that verbally.
Okay.
Okay. Under that same law, it says I'm allowed to photograph, record, make scans, copies, or whatever of my own accord,
Okay.
which is what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Making a video documentation of my request.
Okay.
Because it's verbal instead of in writing.
Okay.
That way you can't say I never got it.
Okay.
Okay. That area, there's no signage that's posted that it's private.
Okay.
Okay. It may be secured, but I went through there. It went through your checkpoint or whatever you want to call it, but I'm legally allowed to record in any public space or a lobby, public lobby. It is your public lobby. I called ahead of time and made sure. I was advised I was recording. It's been recorded.
What FOIA
Okay.
request are you trying
So, no,
to make? 'Cause
well-
I'm not going to argue with you about the recording.
Okay, but what I need to find out too is I need to find out who the lady I was speaking to on the intercom here is, because I need to file a complaint against her.
Okay.
Okay, because she's going to make rude comments and be snippy with me and then hang up without me being able to respond or comment or even ask a question.
Okay.
So I had to push the button several times to actually get somebody.
Okay.
She also said they're going to bring a chair out, but I don't see either one of y'all bringing a chair out here after I requested one, because I told you that I have
So,
a
but I
capability
came out here to actually meet your request. So
for the
as
chair.
opposed
I don't
to-
see the chair, but
to make you.
Okay.
No, I'm saying like I'm coming out here to meet your FOIA request as opposed to making you to wait. So
okay, what I asked is I said I was having some issues that I'd like to sit down, and I did have a public lobby there for me to sit down while I was sitting down and waiting. There was no issues with me being in there until you saw the camera. Just because you don't like the camera, you can't say I'm forbidding the camera. It's a
Okay, so let me
constitutional
ask
First
you
Amendment
your-
right.
Hold on a second.
Not
So
in a secure space.
It's not
This is
as-
this is not public space.
Okay, I called ahead of time and I was advised it was.
Okay, well,
So,
it is, you can come in our lobby, that's fine.
Okay.
You cannot record in there.
It-
End of story.
okay.
That's FBI policy, end of story.
FBI policy does not trump the Constitution, sir.
That's not,
hey, so here's the thing.
It does, hold on 1 second, please. Is there a law that you can quote specifically that says that? No, I'm sorry, I'm communicating with this gentleman just a
Well, I
second. I'll
mean,
come
it
back to
doesn't
you.
matter
do
because
do you not admit there are places that you cannot record within the United States?
Do you have a policy, you said a policy?
Yes, we have a
Okay,
policy.
do you have a law that
If-
specifically says you cannot record in a
If you would
public
like- here's
lobby
the
there?
policy. If you would like to come into FBI space
Mm-hmm.
to do this, you cannot bring your recording. That is FBI policy.
Okay.
And yes,
You
that-
you do have signage that says restricted area
It doesn't matter
beyond,
whether there's signage or
beyond.
not.
It does, that's what the law
No,
says.
the law does not say there has to be posted.
What's your
There has
name?
to be a policy.
What's your name?
You know, I'm an agent with the FBI.
Okay, but what is
Let's
your
leave it
name?
at that.
No, I need to know who's
so here's
addressing
the
me.
thing. So if we're talking about
Okay.
public
We're just
access-
trying to-
First of all, if you're not going to
Look.
identify who you are, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so go away.
Well,
Can you
so,
please identify
listen,
who you
so
are?
here's the thing.
Okay, here's the thing.
Hey, I'm Agent
we wanna-
Millings. I
if you
don't
wanna-
care.
Agent
Yeah.
Millers?
Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah. So hey.
And who
so,
are you?
If
No.
you want us to help you,
Okay,
we're here to do whatever you need as far as filling out your
Okay.
requirement, okay?
You're here to do
But-
anything you want to do within, because I want to come in there and file my open records
And that's
request
fine. We'll let you do that. You just can't record
Okay.
in there. That's
And
all.
I
in the
came-
public
I
lobby.
came out here
But in either
to-
case, we'll do that. But you said that that's policy. I'm asking if there was a law that says I'm not allowed to do so, because
Hey,
you're
listen,
trying to do
we're
the
arguing
tippy
about
top.
something that's a moot point here. So first
No,
off,
it's a not a mute
no,
point
so like public
because
access, you were
I
able
was
to
denied-
get off of this elevator
Mhm.
and walk here. That's public access. You can go to a Walmart parking lot and
That's
go out
private.
to, and
That's private.
But it's public access. It's a public vehicular
okay,
area.
but that's private
all
property.
right.
This is
right here.
right.
Is not public access. All right. It's a locked door. End of discussion. We're not.
It's a lock-
If you want,
okay.
I'm here to meet
Mhm.
your request.
We'll-
Okay.
We'll
for-
continue. I do want to continue that with
Okay,
you.
Because
but
if
I'm trying to
keep
address.
going about this,
Mhm.
I'm walking away and you're not getting anything.
Okay, so
Okay?
my complaints that I said I've got complaints and open records requests now that I want to file. I want to find out who the lady was that I was speaking to that denied me
If you want to
service.
file a complaint, then we can start
Okay.
with giving me your name.
We'll get to that point. We'll do the open records request first, and then we'll go to the complaint. And I still need your name though.
So, with this,
Where
we're
did you put us down as the duty agent? How about that?
I could put you
So-
down as smug jackass. How about that?
Hey, listen, because
Yeah, are
you're
you the same guy that's been outside the armories?
I don't know, am I?
I kind of look like him.
Kind of
Because
look
we
like
got
him.
complaints about that too, but
Uh,
we'll move on from that.
Okay. It wasn't illegal, was it? Are you
No.
insinuating I was doing something
I
illegal?
was just curious if you were the same guy.
Are you
Alright.
trying to intimidate me or threaten me in any kind of
Here's
shape,
the
form, or
thing.
fashion?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
We're going to get.
I'd like to continue, but could you ask him to go because he's not being very professional?
No, he's
No.
going to stay here.
Okay.
Okay. So, and we're going. If you are wanting to
So where-
continue with this,
Where's the
then
chair
we
at
need
now,
to stay
please?
on the point.
That's fine. I'd like to, but I'd like to sit down while we do this, if you don't mind, because
Then,
I am.
then we're going to go downstairs to the bank lobby. There's chairs sitting down there.
That would be their private lobby down there, which is a private property because it's bank. So yes,
So, okay. Are you wanting to make a request?
I'm making a verbal open records request.
Okay.
That is correct.
What is that request?
I need to find out how many from 2000, the whole year, how many civil rights complaints was submitted to this department pertaining to First Amendment rights and Fourth Amendment rights violations
To here in Macon.
to the Macon office, not for the whole FBI, specifically to this office.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that is your request.
That is one
How
of the
many
requests.
2018 civil rights complaints, First Amendment, Fourth Amendment to the Macon office.
That's correct.
Okay. All right.
I also
we've
need to do-
established that.
I also need to do it for 2019 as well.
Okay. So both of those years, 2018 and 2019.
That is correct.
Okay.
Pertaining to the First Amendment and Fourth Amendment right violations.
Yep.
I don't care about the, well, I mean, I do care about the rest, but I'm only looking at specific information at this point
Okay. All right. So that's the request.
for those.
Okay. What is your name?
You can email that to Central Civilian Auditor,
Okay. Spell that for me.
CEN. Yeah, I'll give you some information.
Okay.
You can just copy. You can do that.
All right.
There's the information on that. Yeah, those are all.
So, but the thing is like there's no email address on here. So what is it? Is
Yeah,
it all?
you can spell it, yes. Central Civilian Auditor at gmail.com.
Okay.
Okay, and it's singular, not plural, on auditor.
Okay.
For
So
the
there's
email.
no S on the.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So, all right.
Okay.
Is there a phone number that we could?
No, the email's just for the information. We can follow up on that part.
Okay. So you are requesting that I provide that information to that email address.
That is correct.
Okay. And you're not going to provide your name?
I'd like to remain anonymous on that, but you already know who I am because you made it pretty clear that you think you know who I am anyway.
So I'm going to provide you also with an actual form to do written FOIA request if you would like.
Okay. Now just
I just
open
want you to
record
know
request.
that I am not very familiar with FOIA requests. I don't provide, actually conduct and provide that information. So I will forward this on to the people that do. So, and I don't know if your request meets any guidelines with that, but I'm just telling you,
Right.
I took
And
your
that's fine.
supposed
And
verbal
that-
request down.
and submit to
I
proper
provided you with
verification.
written request. Is there anything I can help you with today?
Just the names of the people that I spoke to today, so I can make a
I'm not providing
complaint.
names for anybody that's in there, but I will get your name if you would like for a follow-up for someone to talk
That's
to you
right.
about it.
I'd like to get just the names, and I'll contact and speak to the regional office instead of the local office.
So let's go ahead and this is the line in the sand. I'm not providing you any names to anybody in here, okay? End of discussion.
Okay.
So if you would like
Are you required
provide
to?
me- If you would like to provide
you required
me
to
with
by
your
law?
confirmation, your contact information, so I can follow back up with you, I'll do that.
Okay, then I need to speak to your supervisor then.
Okay,
As
so
well.
is there anything else I can help you with for it?
Supervisor.
Okay, all right, you have a good day, all right?
Okay. Are you getting your supervisor?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so denying a service.
No, see, I'm
Because of
trying to
complaint.
fulfill you want to file a complaint?
Okay.
I'm trying to fulfill something for you so we can get back in contact with you, but if you're not going to provide me with your information, then
I've already
know.
given you contact how to get in touch with me.
you gave me an email address.
Exactly.
Okay, so if that's going to be it, then we're done.
Okay,
Right.
but in order for me to file a complaint, I need to have your name. Well, it's not really you, but you're starting to get that point where I might need to do one. But specifically, this guy here, and the other gentleman I spoke to, and the other lady I spoke to on that little recording thing right
so
there.
the same. So
Okay,
if you
so
want me
you're a
to
public
follow up with
servant.
anything, I just need to get your contact name and contact information.
Okay, I'm not asking you to follow. I said I will follow up with the regional office. I'm asking for you guys' information so that I can contact them and have them follow
Well,
up with
then
it.
you might as well just call them and tell them that you're having a problem with the Macon RA because I'm not providing any specific information for you about people's names.
So our bosses would be in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Call the FBI Atlanta, complain about it.
Can I get their phone number, please? Well, so you don't care because you know they're not going to do anything anyway.
Well, no,
And that's the disconnect we have here.
Because, you know, if you came here for a simple request.
I did, and y'all made it into something huge over nothing.
No, we're trying to work with you, but you're being very difficult in that.
How am I being difficult? By asking for the
We
information,
invited you to come inside,
which I came in.
without your camera, because
Okay.
that is our
No.
security, that is FBI security policy.
Okay,
And
but it's
then
not a law,
if
it was a
you-
public lobby,
but
okay?
We're not gonna argue about that. We're gonna tell
Well,
you.
that's
if
the
you
whole
wanna come
thing.
in our
I came
space,
outside
but
of
you're
the
being
office.
argumentative. What we're trying to say is.
You're being argumentative. I came outside of the lobby
because
that you
we're
told
not
me was
giving you your
secure.
way, we're being argumentative. That's not how it
What?
works.
I filed the open records request. I got what I needed there.
So
I'm
then
asking
why
for
are we
your
still
names
having
for the
a
complaint
conversation?
because I need the names for a complaint so I can submit a proper
Okay,
complaint.
you've got a phone there, right? Do you have internet access on it? Google FBI Atlanta. Now, I don't know the number off the top of my head.
Yeah.
You know, all you gotta do is call it, and then you can complain about every employee.
I don't. It's not every employee. It's specific employees. It's
Okay,
Well, I'm sure you
you.
can provide them a video now, and they can identify the car. And then if they have issue with the way we handle this, they'll talk to us.
Okay, so your policy, FBI policy, does not require you to identify who you are, your name, and position within the FBI
They
when you
entrust us-
approach
they entrust
somebody
us to
of the
make our-
public.
You know we're two agents of the FBI. They entrust
I don't
us
know
to make
who
that
you
decision.
are. He's identified. I haven't seen any identification from either one of you.
Okay.
You could be the janitor for all I know. You could be the janitor for all I know.
All right.
Because y'all came out that back room over
Sir.
there.
So I can't know the story.
Well, you're correct. You
Have a
came
good
out
day.
that way.
All right.
But in
I
either
can't help
case,
you with anything else. All right.
Do you have the supervisor here?
We do not.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's the highest ranking person here today that I can speak to?
Us.
Actually, you're looking at him. That would be
Yeah.
So you outrank this gentleman over here to the left, or you're right?
based on seniority. Yes.
Okay. And there's nobody higher than that here today.
As I said, if you want to talk to our superiors, call it.
You think you know who I am?
No, I don't know.
and there's-
I just was asking if you were, I was asking.
And you
if
said
were
there was
that
a
same
complaint.
person, because it's kind of the same, the voice sounds familiar, the video seems to be the same MO, so I was just curious if you're the same guy.
Oh, there's hundreds of people that video record. How can it be the same MO? That's just interesting.
Well, the way you talk, I mean, it sounds very similar, so.
Okay. Well, what kind of complaints were there? You brought it up. I tell you what, that's another open records request. I'd like to get any open records requests pertaining to any investigations or any complaints pertaining to. So if you write that down too. Pertaining to the.
Pertaining
I
to
know
what?
I know
Yeah, pertaining to the any recordings. Would you say any recordings that deal with the National Guard? So any complaints or reports pertaining to that
But if
specifically.
you really want to, if you, look, on these.
Could you write that down,
On these
please?
freedom
So that you don't
of
forget.
information requests, they all get processed through Washington DC. We don't have anything to do with it. So the fact you give us an email address, we don't even know who you are. I'm not even sure it's even going to go anywhere.
It does say you can remain anonymous on there. It does say that.
How are you going to remain anonymous? No, the process actually does not work like that.
It does. And I've given you a way to contact me. You have the email address. I do. I said I've given you a way to contact me. You got my email
But
address.
they're not going to email records.
They have in the past. So
Okay.
I-
Well, we
they
can
have.
agree to disagree on that.
Okay. I would show you that, but I'd be afraid that would be opening up because I showed an officer access to my computer, and you may want to try to go digging through my computers or whatever like that and set something up. I guess last question: should I expect you guys to be knocking on my front door or back door
I mean,
in a day or two?
No,
I mean, for a public records request. I'm asking because I've seen many videos of guys coming in just asking for that and have you guys beating on their doors in the middle of the night.
Other than being belligerent, you never really do anything wrong, so.
No, I wasn't being belligerent. I was exercising freedom of speech.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. The law specifies 3 days on a responsive, and it's been verbally documented. Thank you. And you still didn't get my chair. Sorry, guys, walking through here. All right, guys. So anyway, that was the FBI building. I'm going in an underground, well, in a carport parking garage. So choppy video, I'm sure. But these guys are entrusted with civil rights investigations and protecting those rights. But it's interesting that the guys that are here that are supposed to be investigating and protecting that were violating those very rights. here at the department. Which I think is a shame, guys. How do you have, this is the, we investigate ourselves and find no wrongdoing. But anyway, so apparently, excuse me guys, just for a moment. Apparently, the FBI is already following my video streams based off of what they've said. Which makes me wonder, the person that I captured that was telling me a couple months ago from my home location to other locations, actually, in fact, was possibly maybe an FBI guy, which I posted that online and since subsequently taken that video offline. But in either case, the FBI here at this building investigates civil rights complaints, civil rights violations, and also breaks those while they're here as well. So anyway, Georgia's got a new law as far as hands-free and streaming and stuff like that. So I'm not going to be able to drive while streaming this time because I don't know where that falls underneath that line. But I will record moving forward from this point. Anyway, guys. Again, I went to file an open records request to get open records requests pertaining to civil rights violations, and they absolutely would not let me file it in the lobby at the window and talk to the guy, and the guy walked away from me and denied me service at that point. And then told him I was needing the assistance of a chair, which they said they were going to bring me one, but never did. So I don't know how that works for the whole ADA thing. I'm not very well versed in that. But I don't know, guys. You comment down below this video and tell me how you thought the interaction was. Did you feel that the FBI was looking out for my best interest or their best interest? Do you think that they uphold the constitutionality of the First Amendment? And do you think they complied with the FOIA request while I was inside the lobby? Yeah, I should ask Blind Justice about the ADA. I do want to get with him and talk with him a little bit, and bounce some ideas with him because he's a lot more versed in that. But anyway, so FBI is watching these videos. I hope they're watching this video to see the disrespect and distrust that they're actually earning, and I hate that because, like I said, all I did was come in and file an open records request to do a follow-up on some complaints that were submitted to them, because the FBI gets to choose what complaints they want to investigate and what complaints they don't want to investigate, based off of whether it's merit or just personal decision. I mean, that's just, again, this is just my opinion, but there doesn't appear to be any specific guidelines to which cases they decide to look into specifically. And like I said, I've submitted 2 complaints to the FBI, which I was told would be forwarded to this specific office, with video evidence of the Fort Valley and Marshallville, and have not been contacted one time by any FBI agent pertaining to this, to those cases. And I left my information and everything to them, and yet I have heard nothing from them. So I was filing open records requests to see how many complaints they actually get and determine how many they've actually done any real reporting on or investigations on, and couldn't get to that point. But again, I did call ahead of time and speak to the lady there in the office and made sure that was a public lobby prior to walking in, and she did advise me that it was a public lobby, that she would have to buzz me in, and once I was buzzed in, then I'd have access to the lobby. And I was buzzed in, and I was let in, I was videoed, and they immediately tried to give me a complaint form, which that's not what I was there for, which I thought was interesting. That not, you know, hey, how are you doing? How can I help you? It's, here's your complaint form. So that is very, very interesting. Then asked for an open records request. They were very puzzled about that. She went and got the gentleman who said he'd talk to me, but he wasn't going to talk to me on camera, which, you know, goes against the whole Smith versus Cumming ruling. And I'm sure several different other violations you guys will be able to quote and go over. I apologize, guys. During these videos, when I'm doing the live, I'm not really focused that much on getting the best shot with this camera. This is like a backup to the backup to the backup. But none of the officers would, except for the one that took my open records request, identify themselves. They all refused to do so. They're acting as law enforcement agencies, but they're not specifically engaging as such. Like I said, I don't know who they are because none of them showed a badge, none of them produced ID, and he came out of a back room from the side, so I don't even know if they even really took my request. So I will be filing a complaint later with that failure to identify themselves as actual officers. I mean, anybody can say they're an FBI agent. I mean, you know. Anyway, I'm rambling on now, guys. They're watching this video. I hope they're watching this video. You guys need to understand the perception of the public, and you need to change your image, and the way you change your image is by servicing the public, by doing the right thing, holding up the actual laws and not your policies, because policies do not trump law. There was no signage posted saying that it was restricted, no photography, nothing along those lines. Again, I called ahead of time to get permission, or to, not, excuse me, I called ahead of time to ensure that it was a public lobby. I'd say, guys, they didn't do a very good job, in my personal opinion. You saw the number on the live stream. If you want to call and address any concerns, again, I ask you to be cordial if you're going to do so. I'm not soliciting any phone calls. That's up to you. Everybody has the individual rights to do so, to address grievances with them. But apparently, as you could tell from this office, they just don't care. They don't care. He's going to draw the line in the sand by identifying who they are. So they're going to act as FBI agents, but hide their identities, and but yet won't yours. So it's interesting. Law is definitely not equally applied there. All right, guys. Thanks again for your time. This is Central Civilian Auditor signing off, and I'll update you if I ever get those requests. I doubt it, but we'll go from there. And thanks again, guys.